Eastern suburbs. Red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney Roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs. We took flight. Come on. Born in Bondi, southern skies ignite. From the east, our spirits rise. Red, white, blue, our story told. From nothing we rose, made our claim. Eastern pride, we built our name. Stronger now, we never fall. Rooster spirit standing tall. Yeah, come on, feel that pride. Let's go. Since the start, the legacy lives. Passion, power, the heartbeat gives. Red and blue, we walk with pride. Fans by side, can't hide our vibe. Flags up high, crowd in sync. Roosters rule, we never blink. Eastern suburbs. Eastern suburbs. Red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney Roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs. Roosters! Get up! Feel that pride! Grand on fire, glory set. Fighting with fire, no regrets. Yeah! Every tackle, every try, hit hard.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Chook Chat podcast here on the Sydney Roosters Diehards. Hainsey here, joined yet again by Lummy from Tricolour TV, delivering your latest Roosters updates, news, and opinions from the week it was. Following our 82 points to 12 win over the Cowboys, we'll be discussing that quite further later on the show. Other Roosters news, a little bit of an injury update on Tedesco, some Herbie Farnworth chat as well that started to reappear in the media, and a whole lot more. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and give us a follow on the Instagram, on Facebook, and give us a follow on Spotify as well. And make sure to check out the great man Lummy from Tricolour TV on Instagram and on TikTok as well. And before we begin, Lummy, everyone in the live chat, stand up. Round of applause. Well done, Lummy. He announced to the world on Sunday that he has proposed to his lovely girlfriend. So congratulations, or I should say new fiancé. So congratulations, Mr. Fiancé. Lummy, mate. Congratulations, mate, and welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm beyond happy, bro. So no, life's good. Can't beat the weekend that was, honestly. So, but yeah, it's good to be back, bro. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Like I said on Sunday, I think you timed it perfectly. Roosters win by a record margin, and then, or not the record margin, but the most points scored in the NRL era since 1935, and you proposed the same week. So I think it was just written in the stars that the Roosters performed. So then you were able to perform when it mattered on game day for you on Sunday morning.
Exactly.
But a little bit disappointed that you didn't propose to me. So anyway.
That's all right. You're still my number one, bro.
I digress. I can always be a third man in whenever with you. That's so bad. We're off to a terrible start. But mate, welcome back as per usual. Good day to the live chat. Hope everyone is well. Jason, good evening. Good evening to Crystal as well. Looking for a great session tonight. Yeah, it should be good fun. Always good fun when we have Lummy on here for another podcast. Axel says, "G'day, Hainsey. How are you doing tonight?" I am great. Another day, you know, and good to be back talking to you guys as usual. So we're really looking forward to the show, mate. First of all, Lummy, mate, I think we'll kick things off with a little bit of a recap from Thursday night. A record-breaking point-scoring night for the Roosters at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, where the Roosters scored 82 points to 12, and I think we sound like a broken record since Thursday, but it is the first time since 1935 a team has scored 80 points in a game. It is a ridiculous scoreline, which we did not see coming. We were hoping for a statement victory, but I mean, like, I don't think we can get just couldn't get any. Hang on. I'm just having a problem with my. How's that? Are we good? We good?
Yeah.
Had turned down. Jeez, fair income. But mate, talk us through. Like, I don't think anyone expected that. In our wildest dreams that we would score 82 points in Townsville, mate. Talk us through your Thursday night.
Yeah, it was bro, it was unreal. It was definitely our best performance all year. One of our probably our best performance in years. It just from start to finish, as I said in my video in my rant yesterday, from start to finish we were ruthless. Sam Walker showing us, once again why he wants that type of money, and I just you see these type of games where you flog teams and it'll be a bit like, oh, okay, yeah, we played pretty good for that period and then kind of slacked off and certain players stood out and won us a game. I genuinely didn't see one bad player, and I didn't see one bad period of football at all. It was just unreal from start to finish. So, yeah, full credit to the lads. They just came out there, showed the world why we should be respected in the media and in the league. So, yeah, it was nuts.
Right, it was ridiculous. Obviously, when I did a watch along, I was just blown away. Like, you can tell every time we scored, I was just excited because we were just seeing something that we wanted to see, but we weren't expecting that at all. Like in our wildest dreams, that we didn't expect that scoreline to show up. And it was amazing. And you pointed it out, and I pointed it out as well this week that the most pleasing thing for me is that we didn't put the foot off the throat. And that was sort of my big takeaway going into the second half. I was like, well, obviously up 48-6 at halftime. The game's wrapped up before halftime. Obviously, we had the luxury of, with Tedesco being on a little bit of an injury cloud during that. I mean, had a little bit of an injury niggle, so we were able to rest him, take him off, and give him an early mark. We put on Cody Ramsey, and yeah, I love just the way we went about it in that second half for me. Like the way that we were just able to put the foot on the gas the whole time. We didn't let up. We were relentless for the entire 80 minutes, and that was the most pleasing part for me, that we walk out of there, not just with the 82 points scored, but after being 48-6 up at halftime, ended up being 34-6 second half. So it could have been like a world where it could have ended like a 60-24, which would have underwhelmed our performance for sure, or a 72-30 or something like that along those lines. The fact that we're able to keep the foot on the throat and win 82 points to 12, I think that was the most pleasing part for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's very easy to be up by that margin at halftime and kind of slack off second half, but we were hungry, and it was pleasing. It was pleasing to see 80 minutes of like real strong, good footy.
Yeah, and it was the Roosters style of footy that we've sort of been hinted about, but we're able to see it firsthand for the entire 80 minutes. Fast, explosive through the middle. We did most of our damage through the middle. Like, the Fahu White, what more can we say about him? Just running rampant. Victor running rampant. Spencer running rampant. Nat Butcher running rampant. Celeste Viketti running rampant. And creating those offloads, creating that ruck speed for Reece Robson, Tedesco, Sam Walker in the first half, just absolutely do their magic. It was... And the Cowboys had no answer. That was the thing. They had no answer for it. And, we'll discuss it. Obviously, I had my say on it last night. You had your say around the comments around the game, around some pundits out there in the media, in particular Cameron Smith, like saying that, yes, we can understand that the Cowboys were poor. There's no doubt about that. But you've got to admit as well, like, the way that we went about it, the way they had no answer for it. They weren't poor, but we made them look bad.
Yeah,
The way that we went about that game. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that every other team in the competition would have lost 82-12 on the weekend, but honestly, the way that we played too, who the hell beats us on Thursday? Who beats us then that night? No one would have got to us. It was a simple Roosters masterclass that I've never seen before, and it was amazing to watch. And I think the fact that the records that we broke and that we sort of equaled that on Thursday night, needs to be applauded more than criticised or give excuses to the opposition or something like that, or sort of underwhelm how good we actually were. Like, I just don't. I think that's just ridiculous. Like, and again, another thing that I mentioned is that the Roosters completed at 90% on Thursday night. 90%. Now, you name me the last, like, when do you ever see the Roosters complete at 90%?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen with us.
No.
Like, we literally think a pass mark for us is like 75%. It's enough for us to win games. 90% completion rate. 9 errors. We made less than 10 errors in that game. And that's considering we had 65% of the ball.
Mm,
Well, it was just a full-on onslaught from start to finish. And yeah, the Cowboys they weren't great at all. We all know that, but it was just a simple Roosters onslaught, and it was a perfection from start to finish that all Roosters fans can be proud of.
Yeah. I agree. I just think that we definitely didn't get enough credit for how we attacked and defended the ball as much as I thought we deserved. I don't, as I said yesterday, you don't accidentally score 82 points, and for all these pundits saying, the reason why Roosters scored 80 points is because Cowboys were terrible and they should have scored 80 points. What team should have scored 80 points? What team should ever score 80 points?
Well,
I've never heard of that in my life.
I'll tell you, no team has done it in 91 years.
Exactly. So it's not
to say that every team should have done it. No one's done it since 1935.
Exactly, and you know what? I obviously you seen what I said yesterday about Cam Smith and how he said Cowboys were terrible and whatnot. It's not like we versed a team that was coming last. We versed a team that's coming off a big win against Broncos, a convincing win against the Broncos, a team that was in the top 8, and a team that was playing at home. So it's not like it was just some walk in the park team that you come in there, you put 50 points on and you're happy with. It wasn't anything like that. So the fact that, we said it last week, like the Roosters, no matter what happens with us, there's always going to be a but with what we do. You win 6 in a row, but you win by 80 points, but you know what I mean? You win the grand final, but like it's just it's ridiculous.
And like I said last night, unfortunately, our narrative has been set until we beat Penrith.
Yeah, true.
And that's going to happen next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's the only way that we can sort of, give us some breathing space on, the outside pressure kind of thing. But look, you make a very good point where you say, teams that, and there's been times where, obviously look at Anzac Day, we put 60 past the Dragons, which is an achievement in itself because we scored 66 points. But, like, obviously the first thing you go, it was against the Dragons. Fair enough. I mean, the Dragons were a basket case to start the year. And then you look at it, you're like, well, who else has beaten the Dragons by 6? Who's put 60 past the Dragons this year? No one has.
Yep.
No one has.
Exactly.
We still had the biggest win over the Dragons this year.
Mm.
The only one you can sort of get close to was the Cowboys. I mean, this is not a comparison between because we beat the Dragons 60-0, whatever, and then we beat the Cowboys 82-12. I'm just saying as an example. The Cowboys, you probably say, were the closest team. They won 38-0 early in the year against the Dragons, right? And I think that's pretty much it for me.
Mm.
They've already had I just want to double check this. Keep continuing your thoughts on me because I'm just going to do some research like this. I just want to go through the Dragons results here for a sec. I'll tell you what the biggest loss is for them this year.
Yeah. The biggest thing that really annoys me is that it feels like in the NRL you win by a big margin and it's immediate slander on why they should have won by that much. It's like it's not an achievement anymore to win big and to demolish teams. So if you if you put 80 points past someone, it should be celebrated. If you put 60 points past someone, it should be celebrated. But it seems that there's always like an asterisk when it comes to teams winning by such a big margin. And I don't understand why. Like, at the end of the day, the people that are playing in the NRL are the best in our country. You know what I mean? Actually, best in the world. Sorry, like whoever plays rugby league in the world, if you're the best at it, you come to Australia and you play. So it's not like it's not like it's professionals versus under eights. It's professionals versus professionals. And if 82 points are put on another team full of professionals, it should be celebrated. It shouldn't be excuses about, oh, they had a 5-day turnaround. Oh, they weren't that good. The Roosters were just better. And it should be acknowledged and credit should be given where credit's due.
Yeah, it should do. And considering as well, like a lot of people tipped an upset for the Cowboys to win. A lot of people tipped the Cowboys to win. It's not like that the Roosters were expected to go out there and win by 30. The line was minus, what, 5.5?
5.5, yeah, 5.5.
So, meaning it was tipped to be a very decent, tight game, which I expected to be fair. I'm not going out and saying that I tipped. I mean, you did, you motherfucker. You did. You did say that you put 82-4.
Yeah,
like,
I said 82-4.
That isn't getting spoken enough. I don't think if you put a live bet on that.
You can't even put a live bet on that. But if you
picked your own line of minus 78.5, or no, not like that. You would have gone like minus 70.5 or something like that. What would that have been paying?
Like, if you put $1 on that, you would have got close to $5,000 back. I reckon.
I mean, we don't enforce gambling here. Gamble responsibly if you do, but we're not betting, man. But like you said it jokingly in the group chat. I was like, "No, is this guy serious?" And then we got the halftime. It was like 48-6. I was like, "Hang on a minute, Lummy's on here. Lummy could make the ultimate." And we're like. And we looked at your comment, and I was like, "No, actually, everyone should be get a load of this. Look what he predicted before the game."
I was going crazy.
So, for context, ladies and gentlemen, you know how the Roosters, with their usual game day content, they do a little bit of a post of the team warming up in the comments. It's like, "Oh, yeah, comment your score prediction down below in the comments." Lummy did and said 82-4. This was what 10, 15 minutes before kickoff?
Yeah.
So, and this is not like he said it at halftime or anything. This is before the game. And we got to halftime at 48-6. I was like, and he was going through the group chat, and he's like, I predicted it, didn't I? And we're like, hang on a minute, Lummy could be on here. So I was just like, no, everyone, go and look at the comment. He's like, Lummy is on here. This needs to be studied. Oh, it was unbelievable, mate. I reckon you got the closest prediction I have ever seen.
You're
especially
very lucky.
it was an 82-12 scoreline.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like if you actually did put a bet on that, someone would have gone like on the other end of the betting agency. Goes, "Oh, this is just a free donation." And then
literally.
It's like when someone put like $1,000 on Leicester to win the Premier League or something.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Like whatever that was paying, what 5,000 to 1? He put like
5,000 to 1.
I can't remember how much he put on, but like it'd been like, oh, that's $1,000. That's £1,000 donation, and so saying thank you very much for that. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, we have to pay out to the lad now.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, good fun. Oh, and by the way, I finished my investigation, ladies and gentlemen, and I can report to you all that the biggest winning margin for the for the Dragons, losing margin, I'm stuffing up here. The biggest losing margin for the Dragons this year was 44 points, 44 points, and that was to the Roosters on Anzac Day. The only team the only time the Dragons have conceded 50 points this year was against the Roosters on Anzac Day. The closest the team has got was both the Melbourne Storm and the Newcastle Knights, but it was like 44-20. I think it was like a 48-20 and 44-6. So you could say Newcastle were the second closest. The Cowboys had 32-point win. I mean, the Panthers won 28-6. They're the only sort of close margin that you can sort of go with. But the Roosters, 44-point winning margin over the Dragons on Anzac Day, and the only team that can score 50 against the Dragons this year. So what does that tell you? It's like, so it's not easy to do, because I mean, obviously the Dragons, you know, even though they're on the bottom line, they're going to get the spoon. I do say, in some respect to them, that they've sort of been competitive, especially the last couple of weeks as well. Like, they've really shown a lot of fight. Like the Warriors game, the Dolphins on the weekend. So it's not like that the Dragons have been the easy beats. They've actually had a dig, but they just haven't been able to, just be able to have that class to win games. So it gives more in perspective of how significant the 66-18 win is. 66-12, whatever the scoreline was. 62-16 or something like that. So...
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, like, and obviously, you know, in other times, you know, we've seen us, we put 72 points past the Tigers at the SCG. Like, I still, for me, think this game is better than that one. But now, obviously, because the Tigers are a basket case, we all know that. And, you know, we're striving for finals. The Tigers are, you know, at that time, they got the wooden spoon. They zoned out. Well, this is the Cowboys coming off back-to-back huge wins against Manly and against the Broncos. They're in the top 8. They are fighting for their season, and they dish up at home that performance where they lose 82-12. So, yeah. I don't think it's getting spoken out enough. And sort of the excuse is like, I don't know why this is an excuse. The other team played better than how good the other team was.
Yeah.
I think that's a cop out for me.
Yeah, I do too. And this Cowboys team they're not as I said, walk in the park. And this is a team that'll probably still make the top 8. Like, you know, they've got, you know, Titans. Yeah, they've got Titans, and then they've got Para.
Yeah, for sure.
Tigers and Raiders. So, you know, they've got at least two wins there that they can 2 to 3 wins there that they can get out of the last couple of games. So this is a team that'll still make the top 8, and they just got, you know what, 82. How many points would it be? 70
points.
Yeah, 70 points against them. So
can you do math, Mummy?
No, I can't. Honestly, I can't. But yeah, so I just think that look, if I guarantee you Penrith win by that margin against a top 8 team, it is on billboards, it is on those posters in the sky, like by a plane, everything, all of that type of stuff. But because it's the Roosters, I have heard numerous people say that it's not that impressive. And I'll even say this, and I love Freddie Fittler to death, and I blew up last night about it. Freddie Fittler and Andrew Johns came out and said that the Penrith win against the Raiders was more impressive than the record-breaking Roosters win against Cowboys. And how is that possible to say? How is that possible to say that that's more impressive? If it's not that impressive, then why haven't we seen it in 91 years? You know what I mean? And against a top 8 team too, a team that will play finals. Like, against a Raiders team that won't make finals. Like, what?
I guess, like, I think which is very, very, like, annoying for me is, like, they're probably going to go on the narratives, like, the Penrith win was more impressive because it was against last year's minor premiers, or, you know, teams that beat the Broncos this year. Oh, they beat the defending premiers. They must be a chance this year. Let's not forget that the minor premiers of last year in, like, 11th, 12th? They've been shit this year. The Broncos, defending premiers, shit.
And who did they just lose to before we played Cowboys?
Cowboys.
Exactly. So
Cowboys, top 8 team going into that weekend. Hello? Like, fuck. I mean, like, anyway. We're not here to sort of get into this debate about it because, like, I'm sick of hearing this is the same topic every week, which I'm just getting annoying. At the end of the day, like, the narrative is not going to change until we beat the Panthers next week. That's simply the matter, unfortunately. Let's talk some positives, though. Sam Walker. What a game he had. Hat-trick, 3 try assists, equaled most points scored in the game by individual. I think it's a Roosters record as well. Like, he had a ball on a string. It was basically Sam Walker, who is a professional NRL athlete, up against like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, literally.
He just tore them to shreds. Like, it was such incredible. And considering as well, like, I don't know if there's any pressure on Sam Walker. Obviously, at the same time, like obviously coming off a great Origin series, contract negotiations, how much is he worth? All that kind of stuff. I don't think that's playing in his mind, but especially when there's that talk going around at the moment. Boy, didn't he just submit his claim that his contract, what he is, what he wants, and what he's worth. Like, isn't that just getting bloody justified after a great performance like that on Thursday night?
Yeah, it is, and you know me, I'm one of Sammy's biggest critics. Love him, want him at the club, think he's unbelievable, but that's the type of performance. Not that I expected to see, because you don't expect to see that from anyone. Like, honestly, I'd be lying if I said, yeah, that's what I expect from him week in, week out, because it's just it felt inhumane what he was doing to the Cowboys. But that's the type of effort and type of skill that I want to see from him week in, week out. And even if he plays like 70% like that, then then I'm happy, and he can ask and get whatever he wants. We just want that type of effort from him more frequently. I'm not saying that I want him to go out and score 36 points every week, because it's just not possible. But yeah, it's very it was just beautiful to watch a player that you love and that that can play like that, and then go out and play like that. It was just like it was just unreal to watch. So no, I'm very happy.
Yeah, and aren't we all? Aren't we all? I think everyone
Yeah.
had a fantastic game. Obviously, another thing, like obviously the way that Cody Ramsey come out in the second half and just absolutely killed it. Tommy Talau getting an opportunity, played really well. Everyone just played really well. I mean, Nat Butcher, I've said it all year that Nat Butcher's best position is through the middle. And like, yes, he has his moments, but like I think Nat Butcher has had a really solid year this year. His best year in a while, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
reckon close. What do you reckon his peak year would be? Like maybe 21, 22 around that time.
Yeah, but you know what? I
20?
still reckon this year he's probably played better. Like
Yeah, I
he's
reckon it's most consistent this year.
more consistent. But I think that his errors and penalties are just more blown up because of the way that we've been playing. Like I'm not talking about the Cowboys game. I mean like the last couple of games before that.
Like
It's
just in
been blown
general,
up
yeah,
a bit more.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So but I actually think he's really more consistent this year. But I think he is such a better player. Like I watched a couple weeks ago, he wasn't getting many good balls, and he couldn't like many good passes, and he just couldn't get going. But if he gets a good delivery, he is like sweet to carry on a good 10, 15 meters
Oh
almost every
yeah,
single time. Like
like he's
his
like
leg power
yeah.
is just unreal. So yeah, it's yeah, I think
And the more of you look at it,
leg power
yeah,
is just unreal.
the more you look at it as well with Nat Butcher as well. Like if you go look at his stats, I mean at the end of the day, stats are not the be all and end all, right? But like if you look at his stats, like Nat Butcher when he plays minutes goes nearly over 150 plus meters
Yeah,
off the bench or when he starts.
yeah,
I just like I said all year, like his best position is through the middle, and I think he's found a home there. I think it's like another one that I've mentioned in the last couple of weeks. Another one who's found his home is on that left edge, and that is Celeste Fichetti.
mm,
We saw glimpses in that Parramatta game how well he can play on the edge, and he played what? Correct me if I'm wrong. This could be the first game that he's played 80 minutes on an edge that I can remember,
yeah,
and rampaging best. Celeste Fichetti in space doing similar to the try last year. We all remember his Freddie Fittler solo try last year, and that's why he got the nickname for me, Celeste Fittler, or Fichetti, or Fichetti Fittler, or whatever you want to call it. But I think he has found a home on that left edge, and when Angus Crichton returns, obviously Gus will be there. But at the end of the next year, Gussie would no longer be with us. I think he might lock in that left edge spot for next season because I think he will find. I reckon he can make that jersey his own, similar to what Siwa Wong has done the last year and a half. Obviously he's been in and out of the starting team and been put over multiple positions. Obviously Siwa Wong has sort of made his home on that right edge. I think Celeste Fichetti has the potential to make that left edge his own. That number 11 jersey his own, and like the greats of this club who have played in the number 11, like the Boy Cordoners and Angus Crichtons. Who else played on the edge? Like a Luke Ricketson, or he could have been more of a. He played everywhere in the back row. To be fair,
Yeah.
Rico, maybe a Fitzy, Fletch, one of those guys. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Could make that jersey his own, and I think he's got the potential to do so. And he had a really great game as well.
Yeah, I agree. Just everyone's starting to see his full potential. So yeah, I love watching Celeste play. He's unreal and humble and hardworking, and I love his like defense, like the way that he tackles, and he never like. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he really misses many tackles. So yeah, it's good to see him.
He does the hard yards.
Yeah.
Celeste. And great to see that he's got rid of the headgear as well, because he's so much better without it.
Yeah, I agree.
He's much better without it. Many Nor says it's called tall poppy syndrome. Yeah, I know firsthand what that's like. Tall poppy syndrome. I know firsthand as a contact. Crystal says, let's see what the media says when we go all the way. I mean, yeah, I wonder what I think the internet will explode.
Yeah.
Charlie says, "G'day, Charlie. How are you, bro? Maybe we should ask Cam Smith where the Storm are this year. I mean, ask the Broncos as well, because he's part of the Broncos coaching staff. But Melbourne, they're going to miss the 8. Broncos, they're going to miss the 8. Queensland lost the series. Sucks shit, Cameron Smith. Are you still salty about the 2018 grand final that Cooper Cronk with one arm, buddy, put you in a headlock? So that is still the best still image of the grand final in 2018 was Cooper Cronk with one arm just putting his hands around Cam Smith's throat. It was fucking unreal. Dave, we'll get back to that comment. I'll keep that in the back pocket. Louise says we beat the Raiders away from home by a bigger margin than the Panthers did too. There you go. I guess we'll move on from Thursday's result, I guess. So we'll talk about the other news around this week now. James Tedesco obviously was named in the side yesterday. Robbo spoke to the media today. The Roosters up the Central Coast. It's a little bit of a camp before they head back to Sydney for Friday night's game. But obviously Tedesco's still under a little bit of an injury cloud. He's got to pass his fitness tomorrow. Obviously he rolled his ankle during the game on Thursday. He got through the first half and then obviously put on ice till afterwards, of course, which is a precautionary, which is probably the smarter option, considering we're up 48-6 halftime. As well, that I think he was spotted in a moon boot on Monday, so obviously he didn't train Monday. Named Tuesday, might have returned the training today. Obviously, captains run tomorrow, so obviously tomorrow will be D-Day for Teddy to get past his fitness, which I sort of predicted that was going to happen. And he'll prove his fitness for Friday night's game. What do you see on this one? Like, is it? I guess, obviously the Roosters medical staff is probably one of the best in the competition, the way that we look after our players. You see that with the HIA protocol, with like Lindsay and Teddy as well, not long ago. I think the Roosters are in a stage where if Teddy's not 100%, they're not going to play him, which I think is the smart option, considering that we're in round 23. Yes, we want to win this game, give that some breathing space from the other two teams in the top 4, put the pressure on Penrith, who we play next week. But at the end of the day, we've got biggest fish to fry later in the season, and if Tedesco has to miss a week, so be it. We've seen how well Cody Ramsey can go and do the job. So, I mean, I think it's fair to say that if it's a grand final week, Tedesco plays, and that's no question about it. But obviously, round 23, under a little bit of an injury cloud, if there's any sort of doubt, I don't think he plays. What do you think? Do you reckon Teddy will line up for us on Friday, or do you reckon we'll give him the week off?
Honestly, I think we give him the week off. I think that narrative changes. So if Cody Ramsey isn't at our club playing the way that he is, I think that we can kind of be safe with Cody Ramsey at the back. But yeah, I just don't think it's and I'm not. This is no diss towards Dogs players, like the club, like they're really informed, as I said the other day, and they're going to be hard to beat. But is it worth risking our star fullback for? Not really. And we've got Penrith the week the week after. And I know Teddy himself, he'll be kicking himself if he forces himself to play this week, not 100%, injures himself and can't play against Penrith. So yeah, I don't think we see him play unless he is genuinely 100% fit. But I just, if I was the Roosters and he's not like 100%, like I'm not even talking 99%, I mean 100% fit, then I'm not playing this week. No, there's no point.
And obviously, there's still a chance where he passes with flying colours and he plays. So there's not saying that he's out. There's obviously a little bit of doubt around his fitness. So obviously that will all be revealed tomorrow. But again, I agree. Like I think there's no disrespect to the Dogs at all here. We're just in a good position where we're in second spot on the ladder. If we miss our captain this week for a week, so be it. We've seen it time and time again the last couple of weeks. Well, throughout the season, Rambo has come in and done a job for us, and it's sort of proved the fact that we're not a one-man band kind of thing. Like, we can win without Tedesco. It's proven. We've proven that. And obviously, one of the big things where I liked about when we signed Ramsey was sort of these situations where Tedesco, if he's unavailable during the origin period or a week off or something like that, we have a guy like Cody Ramsey who come in and does a job. And he's done that. So there's no real panic at all. Like, we still have a great side on paper. And even without Tedesco, I still give us every chance of winning this game this week. There's no saying, oh, no, Tedesco's out, we're going to lose. No, I still think I'm still going in confident. I'm obviously going to be nervous because the Dogs are playing well. There's no easy beats. So, we've got to play at our best to win. But if Tedesco's there or not, Teddy's not there, so be it. We've got Rambo there to do a job, and Tedesco get himself right for the Penrith game. I'd rather see that than rush back to be fit this week, get injured, and then we see Teddy take a stint on the sidelines.
Yep, I agree, mate, 100%.
Yep, sweet. Next thing, Herbie Farnworth. Rumours continue to circle again, which, just come out of nowhere, but, it just still won't go away. So it appears that the Dolphins are a bit concerned around whether Herbie will re-sign or go to market, which they are fearing that if he goes to market, I don't think they're going to be able to afford him to keep him. Obviously, the Roosters have been linked there. I don't know. Where do you fit? Like fullback or I don't know. What do you think? Because is this media beat up again? Because it's not the first time we've heard this, but I don't know. There's obviously you're not going to get much confirmation from the club in the public setting. So, but hearing what we reported, I guess that's sort of the way that we have to go about it and talk about it. But I'm not going to say no. There's no way he's coming. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to tell you. But
yeah. I don't know where one when's he available? 2028.
Yes. But
yes.
he can literally speak November 1.
Yeah, November 1. So
November 1 or no next year. No, his contract. Yeah. So he's contracted to the end of next year.
Yeah.
So meaning that he can go to open market on November 1.
Yeah. So I just don't know where you'd fit him in at the club, considering who we have coming through the junior ranks. Do you if we get him, do you put say for example DC retires, and then we've got Hugo in the halves. Say Tupou retires, going into 2028, not next year, like the year after.
Yeah.
Then do you put Herbie wing? No. Do you put Billy Smith from centre to wing? You probably could, but you probably wouldn't. Okay, so then where do you can't put him at right centre? You got Rob Toya. Maybe there's a position at right wing, but right probably wing, not.
Ruben Garrick.
Garrick.
We've got
exactly.
Already.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're going to spend a little bit of a fortune. Not a fortune, but we're going to spend a little bit of our cap on, Sam Walker, 1.4, 1.3, whatever he's worth. So that's obviously to be considered. So look,
I just don't think he's worth the money.
I'm not saying that this is media bullshit. I'm not. Obviously, I feel like it's unlikely. I just don't think we're in the position to do so. But who knows? Time could change. Maybe later and down the road, there might be an opportunity where we could. So, I just maybe fullback, but again, I don't think. I just don't think. I just don't think as well that we. When we've got Rex Bassingwaite there. We've got Cody Ramsey there. Like, if Tedesco retires in the next few seasons, like, I still think that we back our youth over going out to market, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I just read one of the comments in the thing.
Put belt to arse against you, wasteman.
Bro said, finna put belt to arse against you, wasteman. Bro, this is Australia for one, not England.
This is unreal.
You know the worst thing? You know the worst thing is too?
Unknown D5G.
100% he's like 9 years old. 100% he's 9 years old.
It's like those guys on Facebook groups that put themselves as anonymous 5565235.
Literally.
I am disgraced, disgusted for what has happened. We'll see unknown D_D5G. What will happen next Thursday? So stay tuned for that. Yeah. Moving on. It's a bit of entertainment for you guys. Friday night, taking on the Bulldogs, Indigenous round. Obviously, we're going to be wearing our Indigenous jerseys this week for the great King Salvo. That's going to be obviously a fantastic, always a great event. Indigenous round, obviously the second year of the Gadigal Gathering. So it's going to be a big occasion. Obviously, big crowd expected at Allianz. Good old Winston Neville's trying to rally the Dogs fans around, trying to get their fans out there, thinking, we're going to outnumber the Roosters fans. Let's get out there and make an ambush in the stands. Shut up. You're not going to outnumber us. I mean, am I expecting a big Dogs presence? Yeah, I am. But to say that we're going to be outnumbered at home, bullshit.
Yeah, no.
But, which is good, though, because obviously Souths are playing at Allianz this week as well. So if the Roosters get a crowd of over 30,000 in here at Allianz on Friday night, while South Sydney struggle to get 20,000, great success. But I'm just having a little look now on Ticketmaster. Lummy, you going this week?
When is it, Friday? No, I got people coming over to watch the game.
You disgrace.
Yeah, I don't know. I might if Tamika's friend that doesn't come over, then I might try and come out, to be honest.
Sneak out and go to the footy. Sneak out and go to the footy.
Should be
but yeah, sorry, just to cut you off there, Paul. Looks like that the full tier, bottom tier allocation and is going to be sold, and behind the posts have also been opened up as well. So it looks like it's going to be a decent crowd expected at Allianz on Friday night, which is going to be exciting. But a big game against the Dogs this week. Massive game. Bulldogs going in this game with form. I think the biggest thing for me this week is that we've got a backup after a very, very good performance last week. I think that is crucial. I think obviously Penrith next week, great tune-up for it, I think. And as well, and it's a good indication as well, coming off a great win. We don't jump straight into the Penrith game. We have that game in between to get us prepared for that. And I think there's no better team in the competition to go up against before playing Penrith is the Bulldogs. Very similar defensive mindset about them. And, I think it'll give us a really good test, the Bulldogs. They're coming in the game with form. And I expect us to win, of course. But, it's shaping up to be a very good game on Friday night.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I originally thought that we'd flog them. Because I think that if it was any other type of 2 weeks heading into 2 weeks of footy as in terms of, we're going to play this week and then going into Penrith next week, I think we'd flog them any other day of the week. But I actually think it's going to be a very close game. I think I'm not saying our mind's going to be on Penrith for the week after. It's just I just hope that they're not thinking like that and that they're focused on the game at hand. So, Dogs are in form, and any team that's fighting to be in the top 8 that's in form are always hard to come up against. So, I'm expecting a close win. But you know what? I think if Teddy doesn't play, I'm gonna say that it's going to be a game of not. It's going to be a game of attack. Like, I think that we're going to run some real fast plays with Cody at the back, and not saying Tedesco is slow or anything, but I just think that Cody's got a bit more pep in his
Rambo
step at the
faster.
moment. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, yeah, I think if Teddy doesn't play, then you'll see our attack. Our attack will kind of
You
blow up
said
a
it.
bit.
You said it.
So what my score prediction is going to be?
Yeah, mate. What's the score
I,
prediction?
so originally during the week, start of the week, I said 38-0.
Oh, I love that. I love to see it.
Yeah, I said 38-0, but now I'm going to say 32-14. 32-12.
32-12.
32-12.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with
Okay.
32-12.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave, for the question. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, look, I think one thing that I've noticed when we played the Dogs, especially if you go back to last year's game when we played them, very similar team the Bulldogs had. I think, and so we had a very similar side as well. One of the biggest things that I noticed is that we dominated in the middle, which is it's what we need to do. We've got a bigger forward pack than the Dogs, and they've got a good forward pack too. Like, you obviously got like Leo Thompson, who's a premier front row. Look at their outside. Their back rows. You got Kick Out. You got Jacob Preston. James Salmon, the weak guard of Dogs, playing well. Josh Curran off the bench. Satili Tupanua, former Rooster, obviously have a point to prove. He is a dog, man. Like, as much as it pains me to admit that he's at the Bulldogs, but I just love Satili as a player, and he's a good bloke too. So, but yeah, they've got a decent team, the Bulldogs, and they're striving well. Obviously, they found that balance, which I didn't expect to see with Stephen Crichton playing at halves, with Lockie Galvin obviously burnt to the centres, but they're starting to get their shit together, the Bulldogs, and like, it's no easy game this week. We're not going to, especially coming off an 80-point win, 82-12 win. I don't want to have that mindset to go and go, yeah, because we scored 82 points last week. We're just going to, dog walk the Dogs. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a tough, gritty affair, and I think we'll just have enough for them. Too much class for them.
Yep, I agree.
I think so. Obviously.
What's the score prediction?
I'm going to go 26-18. Close game.
Right.
Close game,
Okay.
enough points scored. I think another thing as well, like, if you look at the team list, Billy Smith back on the wing, I think that might be the only question mark I could say, but that's not me saying that Billy Smith's bad. I think that, he's more of a centre for me. I mean, we all know Hugo's going to do the job at left centre. Billy Smith's played in the wing this year, and he's done some good moments, but, like, I can see why we've gone Billy Smith, but, like, I would have liked to see just Tommy Talao on the left wing. He had a great game there. He was good under the high ball. Keep him there. But, I mean, I think Robbo pointed out today perfectly how he went out and said that, guys that did a job last week played well, but you rather guys that you have your set guys back. Like, Billy Smith back, left wing. He was always going to come back into the team regardless. But I think that's why he's got more reassurance on that side as well. I mean, like, I think they're saying, like, how well Egan Butcher or Taylor Salu at times have come and done a job. But Lindsay Collins is back this week.
Yep.
And it's great to have Lindsay Collins there. And it's great to have pretty much a full-strength forward pack apart from Angus Crichton back this week. So, which is great. So, yeah, it's shaping up to be a good game, and I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I think, Nafahu White, Spencer, they've got to set the tone early, which they always do. And then we come on. We have Nat Butcher and Lindsay Collins. Watto, Indigenous round as well. So, obviously, big game for Watto, big game for Cody Ramsey if he plays. Obviously, as proud Indigenous men that they are, they always strive to play well on Indigenous round. So, it's going to be fun. Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I agree.
Get the big dog Patrick Gillespie in here. Well, they haven't had Patrick on here in ages, though. We're going to get Paddy back.
Yep, I agree.
The OG. And the Roosters win 29-28. Green Atkins man of the match. Yes, Green Atkins is our referee. Sorry, Relief. I mean, why can't we get Sutton? Because, like, obviously the Dogs hate Sutton, so that would be funny. But anyway. Well, that might leave us that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Hang on, Dave said one final thing. Robbo would bring back boys back to the earth, I reckon. Keep the hungry and in the hunt, like he said. Yeah, I think that's another thing, the big takeaway as well. Like, the mindset from the playing group was that they're hungry for more, and hopefully that hunger comes out. And let the Chooks feast on the Dogs this week. That'd be fantastic. Hopefully. But yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in to the City Roosters Diehards. Thanks, Lummy, as usual, for coming on. Thanks to the live chat for tuning in. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe, follow on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and appreciate your time as always. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for the match preview. Until then, bye for now, and up the Chooks. See ya.